Hey guys, so final review of Haven Holiday here in Rockley Pub in Poole. Obviously this is on off before we go home, and we've had a good time. Obviously you've seen all the videos, and if you haven't, then you need to go back. There's a playlist all the way from day one arrival all the way up to now, what we've been up to, what's available here in the park. It's only just been us two staying. Obviously some of the things may not relate, but obviously there's something for everybody to do. So review wise, let's start with our accommodation. Obviously we're currently in the pod, so we've explained in some of the videos that if you go back to there's a video of a pod tour, what's the ideal. So if you've got younger kids that are less than 5, then that's fine, because the space that's above the main bed isn't so high. I kneel on it and I can hit my head. I like the accommodation and all. I would like. I think it's really good. Let's start with the bad points. And the bad points really, I think either the mattresses we got were either new, or they've had them for a while but they're very solid. So for our sleep, like out of 10, I would probably give it maybe a 6. And Debbie wants to give it a mark of 4. What's your reason for 4?
It could have been, the mattress could have been much firmer.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't have had to make it ourselves, but...
Yes, we arrived here, the beds weren't really made, and we have found that in the past when we've stayed in the proper full-blown caravans, the mattresses are a lot better to what we got in this. And now the pods are more of an upgrade to a standard caravan.
Yeah.
So that was sort of expected, that the beds might have sort of been made, or at least the sheets were put onto the duvets properly and everything like that. None of that actually happened. I think the downfall is that you do have sliding doors, and of course I know obviously it's winter, you're not going to have them open all the time, but it can be quite a hassle where you want to come and open the doors, you've got to open both doors together all the time. You're quite obviously close to each other, so alongside of us each is like a driveway. Luckily we don't own a car, but the following neighbours will have cars. As everyone does, they always slam their doors and you always hear it. But that is, I suppose, the perk of the, well, not a perk as such, but one of the things you have to put up with in the caravan site. I don't know, I think that they could easily supply more stuff. You get your basic pots, pans and things like that, which is kind of good, but also when we went to hire some towels, they told us they didn't have enough. Bear in mind, we're not even in peak season really. We're pretty much end of the year for them. They are open through Christmas, but as far as people actually being out on holidays, it's up to the end of November. That was a bit of a shame, and well, a little fault on our part where maybe we didn't bring enough towels. But when you travel like we do, we travel up on a bus or a train, they should make those options more available. Being a bit more aware. But so services, I think was really good as far as them, but also on the other side, so I would rate that out of 10. I would say a 7, because they should have these things more available if they're advertising it.
Yeah.
You're asking 20 quid for, I think it's for 2 main towels and wash towels and what have you as well, so that could have been better. Let's say staff friendliness, people from the shop, the site people, the security, 10, because they're always happy. They always say hello no matter who it is or where you're at. They're always there for you to help out, no matter what the question you might ask or how silly it could be. Service was great, especially at the local mini mart. The guys in there every time was really good. There's a lady in there that seems to like the lion jacket every time I walk in.
Yeah.
Get quite a few comments on that as well, so that was kind of makes things good fun, and they always stop and chat as well. I would say here's what this is one for you really. Accessibility for mobility. Now, Debbie has a walker, as you've seen through the videos. Like I think you can get around pretty well.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned it in my beach video that we walked down to the beach. Debbie could easily get down there, but obviously coming from someone that actually uses a walker, or you know, if you're a person that's watching this and you're probably in a wheelchair, what would you say?
It is easier to get around. They have access to everything you need.
I don't think you really had any problems getting into anywhere, did you? Really?
I've never had no problems.
No,
with my walker. If anyone was on crutches or walkers or wheelchairs.
The only thing I would say on that point is the pods do all have a stepped balcony. Yeah. So realistically, if you were in a wheelchair or like Debbie's got a walker, you can't really get up unless you can climb the steps, or if you had a helping hand into the pod. I think that they could maybe adjust some of these and have a ramp into it. With the doors we got, you could probably get somehow make it a bit more wheelchair accessible. But for a walker, you should have no problem. It's just really getting up onto the main balcony to get into your door. But you obviously been very lucky that you're able to get into here. The people maybe with wheelchairs and accessibility, not so good. So like for rating, I would say for accessibility and disability, I would say probably 8, just because I think they could look at maybe putting the ramp in.
Yeah.
But everywhere else around the park, with the walker wise, you didn't really have any issues.
No.
But just for other people, like, I don't know, what would your rating be out of 10 for accessibility for disability people?
If they've got a pod or a caravan and they've got steps, I'd give it a 5.
So yeah,
because they're getting up onto the balcony to get into the area. But apart from that, nothing.
So let's move on. So I would just give it a try. I said in the video before, but the cleanliness of the park, even Spotty has been there. Now I did mention back in the video that I've known people that visit other havens. Now bear in mind, it is winter, leaves are falling, and the people out there does gardening well. You know what it's like, it can be a bit of a nightmare. But even now, they don't leave it as an excuse. I've walked through backwards and forwards of the park a number of times, and it's absolutely immaculate still. So I think that's really good. So 10 out of 10 for that.
Yeah.
Now we've had times for entertainment. Obviously, we've had a lot of arcade. That's the sort of thing we like to do. We have been to the evening entertainment stuff, which I had a bonus video to anyway, so look out for that. They've got plenty on, like, all in all, not just for us, I'd say as a whole family. I think, like, really, they do put on, even now, quite a lot.
Yeah.
For everybody, for the children, adults. You've got, like, basically 3 bars, like we've shown you in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen that and you're wondering what sort of entertainment is available, do go back and watch that and like it as well. And share your comments, guys. Put the comments below all the videos and let us know what you might have found that we may have missed. Yeah, so like, all in all, I think it's really good. Now, checking in, I would give it a 10 out of 10. It's so
10
easy.
out of 10, yeah.
So easy. Like when we first ever came, like several years ago, it was a case of you would come in, you have to bring all the paperwork with you. Then you have to bring all sorts with you, and you have to queue up at the reception just to get a set of keys. Now, when you turn up at the park, or if you're driving, you basically you come up. There's a hut out there that you can turn up. You give me your reference number. They give you everything you need. They tell you if your caravan's ready or your accommodation is ready, and then you're ready to start your holiday. So they do say though, if you come, don't come more than 2 hours before your check-in time, but you can use, if you've got the passes, little passes they give you, you can use the pool, you can use the bar, you use the arcade, all the availabilities while you're waiting for your caravan or accommodation to be ready
Yeah.
for you to use. I think that's a nice little option, especially if you're travelling far away. Gives you a bit extra time for travelling or traffic or what have you, or train delays in our case. We didn't have any, but it could have been. Thank God it didn't. We've never really had any issues getting here.
No.
It's nice to have the bus service. So again, accessibility, if you've got a wheelchair, you know, the buses generally have ramps. It's pretty straightforward. It costs, it takes about 20 minutes. So like, there's plenty to do, entertainment, and that is covered. And then of course, then I think like far as like, if you don't want to travel, like say, so you're the local Asda's in town, like be able to get your food when you first come. Like you've got plenty of options.
Yeah.
The mini mart, you've got the chip shop for your evening meals. That opens like 5 in the evening every day, and then you've got good old Papa John's as well. Kind of expensive, which you would expect, but it is there. And then you can also go to the Mash and Barrel bar and order some food. Now we had, I think I'm probably mentioning it earlier on yesterday's video, was that I had the old mixed grill and then a side of ribs as well, and they were really well cooked. So food quality, I think, was, as being a chef previous for myself, I was really surprised. I'm not going to lie. I thought the meat might be tough, cold, but it wasn't. It was absolutely lovely. And you had fish and chips.
Fish, chips and peas.
Which they do in the actual bar. It's not the case they run to the fish and chip shop, we could tell. Nice big bits of fish, hot food. And they weren't that busy, but we got all that within like 20 minutes. I think we arrived at 6 o'clock, got it by like at least latest by 20 past.
Yeah. And the fish wasn't even greasy.
Yeah,
it was just right. It was thick, and it was lovely. But
I think price-wise for the accommodation, it was good for the time of year.
Yeah.
Just bear in mind, if you're going in half terms and stuff in that, it's going to cost you a lot more. We paid something like 309 quid for a whole like 7-day stay. So that was really. But would I come again to book this type of accommodation? To be honest, probably not. Just because the bed was so hard. I like a little bit more space. It was fun, and you know, you don't know until you try. Would you book this accommodation if you were going with, let's say, my daughter, Chanel? Is our daughter, by the way?
Not really, no, because
what put you off?
What put me off?
What put you off of why you would not book this accommodation?
There's not a lot of room in the bedroom to get undressed or dressed. You've got to do it in the bathroom, which is tiny. Yeah,
because it's all open plan, so pretty much you've got the bed into the kitchen seating, so it's only a very tiny space. I mean, it worked well for us, but I think I couldn't imagine if you had a whole, like, another, say, 2 other kids and another adult. You could easily sleep 6 here, but tightly packed. But I mean, we've got neighbours next door, and there's like 5, 6 of them, and I was like, I've seen him there, and it'd be a nightmare. It would drive me nuts. So, I mean, fair play to anyone that wants to do that. I'm not saying don't, but yeah,
especially with the small bathroom as well, and like, you want to both brush your teeth or you want to wash your face or something, you can't, because it's
you'll have someone else using the bathroom pretty much, so you're quite on top of each other.
Yeah.
But if you come in like we did, a couple, it'd be alright. Final thing I think we should say is like what our full marks will be for the entire like stay, and like would we come here again. I know we've mentioned we've been here before, but like after this visit, because of this accommodation we stayed in, like would we really come again to book this again?
No.
So I would say
I'd rather book a caravan than stay in one of these again.
Yeah, I think like I do plan to come back in March, and I've already looked at the prices. I mean, price-wise, great. Like, the amount you get, the things you can do, there's loads you can go and book, the activities on outside. We looked at the water sports. That could be interesting one day, but more they're very much on if it's super peak season when they're super busy, which is fair enough. Prices of them are okay for water sports. I mean, I'm not really a water sports fan, but you've got like archery, shooting, and what have you. They're pretty well priced. You've got a couple of little free things you can do. The swimming is free, bowls is free, tennis is free, but obviously you've got a app as well. You can book that through while you're on site. You can get food delivered. That was the other thing as far as food and stuff.
Yeah.
You can have that delivered to your caravan. Papa John's and the chip shop will deliver straight to your caravan. So that's quite a nice little bonus.
And when we was in the entertainment bit last night, there's a couple had some pizzas actually delivered in the bar. They brought it to the bar for them.
Yeah, so if you're in the live lounge and you're watching the show, but you don't really want to miss out, you can just have it ordered, like from Papa John's or the chip shop, and they will bring it straight into the live lounge for you, and they allow that, and I think that's really good. They don't sell coffee in the live lounge or tea, but you can go out to like the local mini mart. They do Costa in there, and bring that, go and get it and bring it back, and you know. It's pretty decent. There's a lot of places that wouldn't allow outside food into another premises. So yeah, they don't really stop you from that, and it's not the case of you just being sneaky. They just don't mind.
No,
you've paid for your holiday. That's how you look at it. So yeah, but of course, yeah, I would come back to Haven and Rockley again. I would love to visit another site, but Haven and Rockley is so accessible here. It's like we come up from in the Southampton, it's on the train from the station. It's round the corner from the main bus station in Poole, and you jump on the number 60 here, which takes 20 minutes. They leave at quarter to the hour in there. Obviously that may change as buses do, and then 10 past the hour straight from the bus stop, which for us is just round the corner. 10 past the hour all the way out. I'm not sure, I think it's up to about 6-7 o'clock at night, and that's it. So just be aware of that. Sundays they don't run. The bus does not run on a Sunday, so
no.
Yeah, just be aware if you do come and visit. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. That's our full review of 7 days. Hope you enjoyed all the videos. It's been hard work putting them together. And go back, rewatch them if you missed them, and let me know in the comments what you think. And maybe in March, if I book it again, then we will do other things and make other visits elsewhere around Poole Centre, and other things we're not maybe able to do, and more because it's more in March, more at the beginning of the year, and see what changes are made.
Yep.
If there's any. Anyway, we'd like to say thanks for watching, and enjoy the videos, guys.
Love you all.
Bye.
Take care.